for a special treat. And she brought us one this morning, you know, they're one of the beautiful flowers. Are they from your garden?
Well, actually, they're from a small farmer in Escondido.
Aww.
I wish they were from my garden. I have to be honest.
They're beautiful, thank you. Thank you for bringing them. And I've known Reverend Claudia Leonesio for many years. We've done so many fun things together, Upper Harmony Grove and Institute and teaching, and she also is a director for a little play we did up there, the Solstice, years ago. I still have the CD. But it was a beautiful, beautiful little event, and she has been in the spiritualist community for so long. Reverend Claudia saw the spirits of both grandparents as a small child, which sparked her interest in metaphysics and spiritual knowledge. She's a certified Reiki master and angel intuitive, and Spirit brought her to Harmony Grove, where she was ordained as an HGSA spiritualist minister in 2019. She's honored to serve as healer, chair, medium, teacher, theater artist, and HGSA psychic fair reader. Reverend Claudia offers nature-based healing ceremonies, knowing the worlds of spirit, art, and nature are intrinsically linked. Let's welcome warmly, please, Reverend Claudia Leonesio.
Oh, this all looks so beautiful. This altar is wonderful. It's great to be back here again. Oh, so, any rate, our September skies have been intrigued us with celestial and earthly events, sparking our awareness of the divine and contrasting, unfortunately, with news of violence after violence and after violence. So it's time for us to really anchor our hearts with love for all the people that live on this planet and all those who are in need right now, because we can make a big difference ourselves. So please, when we hear unfortunate news that we do not like, remember that we can help and somehow be of assistance for the people. So, today's solar eclipse and the international peace is more than coincidental. And now then, tomorrow, the sun moves into Libra, ushering in the fall equinox. The energy of these annual events, though, seems to me a little more intense than previous years. Spirit is telling me that it is a wake-up call for all of us to listen to our intentions and to examine and see if they still represent how we wish to show up in the world. The September 7th full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces offered us a cosmic reset to connect with our soul's growth. And hopefully you've been shedding old to create new ways of being. Choose only what you wish to carry forward. Focus on the humanity of us all. And I love this term of phrase. Astrologer Pam Gregory said, believe in the power of love. More than the love of power. Think about that. So, balance your Pisces intuition from the eclipse with today's solar eclipse in Virgo. The new moon in Virgo asks us to see unexplored potential, looking for clarity, integrity, and creativity. Use your discernment to know which things you can change and which you do not have the power to do. This will conserve your energy for greater efforts. see doors opening that once were closed. This new moon asks you the question, are you doing what you're supposed to be doing right now? How do you serve? And how does what you do, how is that serving you? Think about that. So journal sending your thoughts, intentions, and the desires out to the universe. The world right now is changing so rapidly. It's essential to be truthful to who you are now, who you want to become, and not who you were in the past. We're moving forward, so let's move forward with grace and integrity and love. So ask how you can be of service for your best and highest good. Our intentions, actions, and voices carry a vibration, a frequency that affects all of those around us. Be mindful what you are putting out to the universe and its influence on others. Now today is the 40th anniversary of the United Nations International Day of Peace. At high noon in every single time zone, 3 billion people from over 200 countries will come together to observe one moment of silence for world peace. The Peace Wave was first launched in San Francisco 40 years ago, and it began with 52 countries. Now it gains strength as it circumnavigates the globe with 200 countries holding a single vision. Cities all across the globe, including Geneva, Switzerland, and Hiroshima, Japan, are participating with peace-building activities, music, and art. Last year in New York, Ringo Starr led the moment of peace. And now, of course, the United Nations has asked for a 24-hour ceasefire for all the wars still raging on our planet. This day shines a light of awareness that it can inspire hope and the need for justice and equality in our world. Participation can raise the vibration of our planet and of ourselves. We have the power of love and light. We asked you to join the Peace Wave at the end of our service. And also at Harmony Grove, Reverend Marina Appleton will be leading the Peace Wave there at the same time, so many of you may know her. And so there will be many, many, many participating at the same time, and I think that is just such a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing. And it's no coincidence that the United Nations chose the transformational time of the equinox to promote world peace. As co-creators, try to imagine a more equal, equitable world, not driven by greed. Now, tomorrow is one of my favorite days of the year. The sun moves into Libra, marking the fall equinox. Summer has transformed into autumn. Equinox means equal night and day. So night and day appear to be of the same length, and sunset and sunrise happen at the same time. Now this is a celestial point of balance, and it's powered by the energy of the equinox. So use this to bring yourself into balance, and think of the ways that you can do that for yourself. The constellation of Libra is often pictured as holding a set of scales. This is the astrological sign of equality and harmony, and the days now will slowly grow shorter as we move towards the winter solstice. The fabled lost city of the Incas, Machu Picchu, has a giant stone called the place where the sun gets tied. It sits on the 4 cardinal points: north, south, east, and west. It's a solar clock that marks the spring and fall equinoxes and the winter and summer solstices. Chichen Itza and England Stonehenge, same, and Chichen Itza in Mexico and England Stonehenge serve the same purpose. The ancient Pueblo people of Chaco Canyon, New Mexico, were sky watchers, and they carved spiral designs into the rocks to illuminate and track the seasons. These mystical designs served as a calendar for the shamans to know when to hold their rites and ceremonies. Then the people came together as community to worship the divine and give thanks for our life and sustenance. The fall equinox is also a harvest festival where Mother Nature is at her peak. Fruits and vegetables are in abundance, and we're so lucky in this area to have so many small farms and farmers markets giving us locally sustainable, fresh food. Many people do not have this. In days gone by, harvest affected the lives of everyone. First, the grain was cut using a scythe. Then it was turned into sheaves and to finish ripening. And next it was milled into flour. Every step of the way, there were rituals and prayers to the God of the harvest. The last sheaf of corn was woven into a corn dolly to hold the spirit of the corn, and stood in a place of honor and gratitude at the feast. Early societies understood that feasting built community. All things must die before they can be reborn into a loaf of bread or a glass of ale. The classic folk song, John Barley Corn Must Die, tells of the sacrifice of the barley for our food and drink. And harvest festivals are held all over the world as a celebration of gratitude. The Druids, the Celtic priests of nature, honored the forest as the sun power was waning. They made offerings of cider, wine, and herbs to the trees in honor for their wisdom and their shelter. The ancient Celts saw time as a circular wheel. Celtic art is a series of crosses and knots, the eternal cycle of life, death, and rebirth. Soon the autumn leaves will fall to the ground, becoming mulch and one with the earth. Now it is time to store and preserve food. In ancient Greece, after the crops were stored, rituals and plays were performed, encouraged the renewal of the crops. The sacred drama of spring maiden Persephone and her mother Demeter was one. Persephone was said to have the face of a flower, and her mother Demeter was a Greek goddess of grain and the fertility of the earth. Now the powerful god of the underworld, Hades, had his eye on Persephone, and he planted a beautiful narcissus flower as bait. So Persephone was picking flowers with the daughters of Oceanus. She smelled this wonderful scent, so she wandered away from them towards the smell. And then, the moment she grabbed the fragrant flower by the roots, the earth opened up to reveal Hades and his chariot, and he snatched her, screaming, and took her down to the earth, ignoring her protest and her fear. Now her mother Demeter heard her screams but could not find her. But she was determined to rescue her daughter, so she left her duties behind on Mount Olympus. She disguised her radiant beauty as an old lady walking among the mortals, searching to no avail for her daughter. Finally, she arrived in Eleusis, seeking work as a nursemaid. She was interviewed by the queen, who sensed her griefs. Demeter revealed her divine self in all her glory and beauty. So the Aleutians built her a beautiful temple with secret, mysterious rites for the harvest. But no amount of their worship could ease her pain. The land had become barren, no crops, no seeds, no food. The goddess refused to return to Mount Olympus until she saw her daughter again. Messenger god Hermes flew down with his winged sandals to the land of the dead to gain Persephone's release. But crafty Hades had forced a sweet pomegranate seed into her mouth. Because of this, it was decreed that Persephone would have to live 1/3 of the year in the land of the dead with Hades. During that time, the plants wither and die. Returned to the light, finally, mother and daughter had a joyous reunion. The earth is fertile and food is plentiful during the 2/3 of the year with her mother in Mount Olympus. Demeter brought the world back to life, giving the mortals a fruitful harvest. Now Persephone was a victim of Hades, forced to live with him in the land of the dead. I hope she learned from her mother's determination and courage to rise up, to serve her subjects with grace and integrity, finding meaning and purpose as their queen. You know, this story has so many versions and has inspired so many pieces of art and poetry, both old and new. But so many of us are victims, or have been victims, or see themselves as victims. This is a self-defeating perception. Instead of focusing on how unfairly you have been treated, consider what lessons you have learned, how you have grown, and how you can help others. Take back your power. Understand that fear and division is a marketing tool of politicians, media, and business. Adopt an attitude of self-determination and self-worth. Be proactive and resilient. See life as happening for you instead of to you. Raise your vibration by holding gratitude in your heart for all you have done. Harvest your inner fruits of awareness by counting your blessings. The true essence of the season is that creation is always in motion as the wheel moves forward. Native American Christian mystic White Eagle said, "Gratitude should be given to the etheric worlds, the angelic kingdom, and all the spirits of the elements, wind, water, sunshine, and earth. Honor the etheric workers who work with the plants for your sustenance, and the angels of the air who inspire your works of creation. See with your higher mind the waving of the cornfields. A divine law operates through the act of giving and receiving. And know that angels are drawing very, very, very close right now, bringing their light to humanity. Attune yourself to them, and you'll find their power manifest in your daily life, especially if you ask them to help. The autumn equinox can be a journey of spiritual transformation. Pray at sunrise, honoring the light, and at sunset, honoring the darkness to come. Bathe in the light and the dark, and become aware of the fusion of your body and soul and your place in the universe. Honor what you have reaped these years, your accomplishments. Now think about a moment. Think about the things you're very proud that you have done this year. Can you think of more than 1, 2, 3? That's spiritual bounty. You have worked very hard for it. Then anything that hasn't borne fruit, let go of it. Let it go into the earth. Please replace all fear with confidence, love, and light. Bring balance into your life like a breath of fresh air with positive change. Think if you want, do you need more balance in your spiritual life, your professional life, and your health? Do you want to come with new routines to help you with? This Virgo moon can help with all of that. So please, use this new moon to set your intentions. The time is right with possibilities. And know that our ancestors draw near, because the veil between the worlds are becoming quite thin now at all these special days. This is a liminal time, ideal for mediumship. As light workers, please plant the seeds of sister and brotherhood. Open up the doors of communication to understand our differences. And it's difficult, I know. But with our hearts and our minds open, truly listen to one another, as Reverend Deb was saying, calmly, with compassion and respect. Compromises become a lost art, but it does not have to be. Seek common ground, knowing that we all have to share this beautiful planet together. See our rulers as balancing their power with fairness and compassion for those they serve. That is one of my affirmations for this time. That all of our rulers think of the people that they serve. We have the power to channel love, to transmute negative behaviors and emotions. And please, visualize a world where peace and balance are the rule. Namaste. Thank you.
Namaste.